Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kickout Club Wrestling. My name is Tyler. I just spent like 2 days on the road, and all I want to do is sleep. But instead, I'm doing this for whatever reason. Anyway, joining me today are my two favorite men to talk wrestling with. First up, we got your boy and mine. We got Emil. What's up, buddy?
My face is very skinny today. I brought down my beard.
Oh, I didn't even talk about my issue. We'll get to that in a minute. And introducing my other broadcast partner from the bizarro world that is Canada. He's gonna hate me for pronouncing it that way, but it's Yusuf.
Fine. Well, there's a town in Ontario called Canada.
So
Ain't no way.
But yeah, I'm also tired because I've been on the road and I also trimmed my beard. So we've all got something in common today.
So
yeah.
Speaking of Canada, we have to acknowledge something here.
Okay.
Can we send AEW to Stampede? Is that an option?
That's fucking hilarious.
Send the entire company to Stampede.
Yo, what are they doing in that company right now?
It's bad. It's really bad. And
apparently, I saw a report.
Scientifically studied.
I saw a report, and I don't know how reputable it is, but I saw something somewhere that Tony Khan is apparently in even more hot water with AEW Creative than he was already.
No, because he's working more with Creative.
Yeah, and they hate it.
So apparently, I know which report you're talking about. He is supposedly working more with Creative in the next few weeks, and he's claiming that the upcoming episodes of Collision, not Dynamite, but Collision, are going to be some of the greatest things we've ever seen. And I'm kind of like, just a little like, okay, sure, Tony. Because like, okay, recently on Collision, they had the return of Timeless Tony Storm. Great. Awesome way to bring the character back. But it was on Collision, where the viewership was like, I think sub 200,000.
I thought Collision was the A show right now because of it being on TNT versus TBS.
Dude, who knows anymore?
That's not how it works.
Who knows anymore?
Kind
it's
of.
on the major network, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the major network.
But it's on a less major time.
But they don't. Do they stream that one on Max or just Dynamite?
Yeah, they stream both, I believe.
Yeah, so there you go.
But Saturday, who wants to watch a wrestling show at Saturday night?
We do.
When you could be watching
sometimes
Saturday,
it's
main event.
Wow, okay.
Saturday night's glorified house show.
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
Featuring Jesse Ventura.
Let's talk about it. So before we go into the show, let's really talk about it. So now we're two of these in, right?
Yeah.
This model will not sustain.
No.
Nope.
This model will not sustain.
It will probably fizzle out by the end of the year.
It'll fizzle out after Mania. Like this will not last. This will not last till summer.
No,
I don't want to see a summer one of these.
They've already signed on for at least a year, I believe. But
I know.
Here's my prediction. After WrestleMania season, it's all gonna change.
Yeah.
After WrestleMania season, they have to stick to the plan. And they had this plan probably lined up well before they started figuring out what Saturday night's main event was going to represent and what weight it was going to carry going into this. So at this point now, Saturday night's main event in December was just, hey, we have a special show to happen before we go on Netflix. And in December, when there's usually not a PLE. And now in January, it's like it's the week before the Royal Rumble where they can only have a couple of matches because the Royal Rumble matches themselves are usually at least an hour. So they just wanted to not have a giant card. So that tells me they were just trying to avoid having a super stacked card. But I will say there was one match / segment, non whatever, that did have some storyline implications. And that being, holy fuck, Jacob Fatu is a star. Holy fuck. This man came out, new shirt, Oofalafa, like a copycat Oofalafa, like the one that Roman had before it was the actual like beaded necklace, when it was just like flowers around his neck, or like when Jay would do it as like, like trying to look like that.
Jimmy does it as well.
Jimmy also does it. Yeah, they all do it.
They all do it.
But it's interesting because he comes out, brand new presentation, the same entrance theme, of course, and the same like, entrance generally, but the t-shirt's new. It's basically the werewolf shirt in red with the Oofalafa with Tama Tonga with him, and then Tama goes to the back. But dude, it was so good. Like, it was so short, but like he kicked the shit out of Braun, and they had Braun bleed. Braun sold like $1 million for this, man.
Tama got everybody on there.
I fucking
That's
love
the only.
that.
It's funny how much praise somebody like Jacob Fatu can get, but that's the thing that is all around the internet right now. So just want to point that out. That
Yeah, man.
I'm
You're
seeing
not wrong.
I'm seeing more of that than I'm seeing Jacob Fatu.
Oh, I'm not seeing that.
I'm seeing a lot of that.
I'm
now
not.
Now maybe I follow memeier pages.
You do.
But
Yeah, you do. But
or my algorithm is memeier, but
It is probably.
yeah.
I don't know, man. It's not a good look from my side of the internet.
So
Just saying.
I think
Because Jacob Fatu is great.
I think it's also just because it's been months of. We all know Jacob Fatu is great, right?
Yeah,
but
here I think
wait,
having
I said that
Tama
last week.
yeah.
Okay. Tamatanga being with Jacob helps in
Yes.
the way of it helps people catch on to something because Jacob's not going to be yelling "I love you" solo no more, obviously, right? So fans aren't going to be doing that with Jacob, but what they will be doing is the shh bullshit, right? They got to get something with Jacob Fatu, other than the fact that he's arguably one of the best talents on that roster, like top 5. Even cutting promos, shit's hilarious. Not hilarious, sorry, that's not the word to use. It's insane. Like, people, there's a reason he was so heavily hyped up when it was announced that he's probably coming to WWE when he was leaving, like, MLW, because the kind of stuff he was cutting there, promo-wise, the kind of matches he was putting on, the shit he was doing in the ring, that is the Jacob Fatu we are seeing now. What we saw for the last 6 months, 7 months since his debut was a held back Jacob. Because in story, that's not his job, right? His job is to protect and serve the tribal chief, aka Solo. But now Solo's gone. The tribal chief is Roman again. Jacob can do his own thing, meaning that you let the dog out and the dog is gonna beat the fuck out of a lot of people, and Braun Strowman was victim number 1. And who better to be victim number 1? Right? The monster among men, whatever, right? Who better for Jacob to just destroy and, like, kill, basically? This is going to be fun. We're getting world champion Jacob by the end of the year.
I want to say yes, but I think
have to. That or some mid-card.
Is this the weird? Is this the moment where Emil and I agree?
I think so.
Because here's the thing, I think that I would love. I see where you're coming from. I don't think it's a bad. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's.
But the world title picture is kind
crazy. Yeah, you got it. The world title picture is very congested right now. Yeah. It's clear they have so many people there and so many places they want to take it, and I think that Jacob doesn't need the title. I think it will be great when it happens, but I don't know when it's going to happen.
And there's more up and coming that are going to get it first. He's just not. Nope. I don't see that happening. Not at all.
Definitely a mid-card title. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can see him probably winning like the US title or like let him kill Shinsuke. Not like he's doing anything with it right now.
King of the Ring. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank. Fuck it.
Something. Yeah.
No, because both of those involve world titles.
Well, yeah, but he can still hold it past 2025.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Also, lest we forget that the Money in the Bank has been used to cash in on a non-world title before.
Please stop.
Don't
Please.
start.
You can mute again.
Don't start.
No, I'm just kidding.
Don't start.
Okay.
So this show was a giant waste of time.
Well, one more quick spot that was not a waste of time was the midair spear that Braun did to Sheamus. Okay, now it's a waste of time.
No, it's a waste of time.
Even the contract signing was a waste of my time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
That was for the fans. That was for San Antonio.
Okay, I have a question regarding that contract signing. What was that? The addendum that Nick
right?
Aldis
What was it?
What's the addendum? Because I still don't know.
I think it's a lot more simple than what other people are saying. Oh, Emil doesn't know. Let's explain. So the last couple weeks on SmackDown, Nick Aldis has been saying that the reason why the contract...
Nobody's watching SmackDown right now.
Yeah.
I just had to put that out there.
Yeah. The reason why the contract signing happened at Saturday night's main event was because Cody and Kevin both said, I'm not signing the contract until the other person signs it. Knowing that, Nick Aldis added an addendum to the contract. He said, I have an addendum that I added to this. I need you to re-sign this contract. And so they were like, no, I'm not. Cody said, I'm not till Kevin is. Kevin's like, I'm not till Cody is. And he was like, fuck it. If I can't get you to sign it, we're doing it in San Antonio, Saturday night's main event. And who better than the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, to get you to sign it. And then they go there and then they don't mention the addendum at all. Nobody does.
Yeah.
If the addendum is still happening, I think it's a lot more simple than what people are thinking it's going to be. I think it's just loser leaves SmackDown.
Oh, my theory was loser gets automatic entry into the Rumble.
Oh, interesting.
It makes more sense, right?
Well, I don't know.
Kind
I don't
of?
see how losing a match would give you the attaboy to go in the Rumble, but I could
Well,
see it
no,
being
'cause-
Because you would
Take a
rather
little-
be the champion? Then you have to
Yeah.
fight just
Yeah.
to get a chance at
Well,
the champion again? And a match with not great statistical
What if
odds
the
of
loser
winning?
What if the loser gets the number 1 spot in the Rumble?
Or the 30 spot.
Nah, that's too. Again, that's too
It's
good.
too easy.
You
It's too
lost
easy.
the
Yeah,
match.
you're right.
Give him
You're
the
right.
number 1, and then you can have
Oh.
Kevin and Sammy 1 and 2.
It could. Yeah, I was wondering if that addendum thing had been figured out on Saturday night's main event, because like I didn't watch the show because I was gigging that night, but
Yeah.
all I saw were the clips of Shawn Michaels, hitting a sweet chin music, and I'm like, so did they talk about the... Did
Mm-mm.
they? No? Okay.
Mm-mm. They didn't. Nobody mentioned it at all.
Another one of those
Ah.
things that we just have to kind of talk about later.
Yeah. Another
Okay.
sweep under the rug.
Right.
Another not here. Not
No.
now.
But yeah,
Maybe
that
on
was
the go-home show that no one
True.
watched.
True. But that was Saturday night's main event. Gunther and Jay's match was fine. Everyone on Twitter is hating Jay for his spear. It was bad, but like, come on. You've seen Jay hit so many other good-looking spears. You can relax. You can relax on that one. I mean, I'm not
Everybody
trying to get into
sucks.
this argument right now, so
Everybody
let's not get
sucks
into
at
it.
some point. Like, relax.
Thank you.
I mean, even I'm just like, come on now.
I
Like,
appreciate you. Thanks. That's good. I mean, it's fair. It's fair. I wouldn't hate like Punk if he messed up one move.
I want to see y'all do it.
Facts.
Fucking idiots.
Facts. But yeah, that takes us to Monday Night Raw. We're going to end the podcast with some Royal Rumble predictions, but before that, we got some context to lay out. The biggest notes in particular, first, I want to wish JD McDonough a get well soon. This man opened Raw in a tag team title match, challenging for the titles that he lost with Dominic Mysterio against the War Raiders. And right off, like within the first 2 minutes, 5 minutes, this dude dives over the ropes and does like a flip midair into one of the Raiders. But he hits his head real bad on the announce table. The new reinforced announce table that will not break for anyone. Yeah, that dude got right back up and kept fighting and finished the match. There were reports and images that he got as soon as he was out of the arena's view, collapsed to the ground and fell. And then he tweeted and revealed that he had some fractured ribs and a punctured lung. So yeah, he's probably going to be out for at least a few months. We wish him well in his recovery because goddamn, man, like I think we all hated JD because he was such an annoying character, but I think that match in particular and that performance after he did what he did really sold a lot of people on JD McDonough, and I really hope when he comes back, they give him at least a run with the speed title. Sorry to say that.
That is the worst thing you could say
Wow.
to someone. That's the worst.
I said at least-
I was honestly looking for the flip in the match. I'm
said
not
at
gonna
least.
lie. I was like, what if they just call an audible right here?
I thought they were going to call it
Bruh.
audible. Because I know.
Well, if he was injured, then
I was like that would really suck for the War Raiders.
Well, what's crazy is that the spot happened. JD got hurt, and he kept going for about a couple minutes, and then when they aired commercial break, or if you're not in the U.S., their little intermissional break, whatever, right? After they get back from that, Michael Cole actually did talk about how medical officials were looking at JD because they're like, "Oh, that was a bad landing on the back of his head," and somehow he got out of it with probably a concussion. But apparently he has a punctured lung and like broken ribs. So he wrestled that whole match with that, and like, dude, go recover. Good for you, bro. Like the fact that you're still
dude
kicking
was
after
probably
that,
wrestling like not able to breathe
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah,
Like
So,
that's wild.
JD, good for you. That you're okay. Go heal up and please let the Judgment Day die.
Yeah, this is a good time to let it die.
Yeah, this is a good time to say goodbye.
Yeah, transfer window that shit. Get it
Kill
out
it
of here.
now.
No,
Kill it
just
now.
let it
Get Dom his
Transfer
singles
window. Just move them
run.
away from
I
each
need
other.
World champion
move
Dom. Come on,
Carlito.
let's
Is
go.
that the only option? That's the only
Move
option.
Carli-
I guess
move
so.
That's all that's
Carlito.
left.
Move Carlito to TNA.
Move Carlito to NXT.
TNA.
I'll take either.
No.
Carlito in the X division.
Nah, Carlito now? No.
So Penta.
Penta. Zero miedo. Let's go, dude. I fucking love Penta, man. They had it was so the US audience I don't think saw this.
I was gonna say I don't know what this is.
Yeah,
the
so
US audience
so
did it.
for those that don't know, real
Are you
quick.
watching on a VPN?
No, I watched Santi's app's reactions after he
that
posts them.
explains it. I'm like,
yeah.
you're part of the US audience. The fuck are you talking about?
I do use a
Right.
VPN occasionally, and I really should invest in one full time. But yes, anyway, Braun's having an interview with Jackie Redmond, and again, our U.S. friends did not catch this because we get commercials. Yay! And then Braun turns off screen. And camera pans, and it's Penta standing there. And Penta and Braun have a moment, and I just wanted to talk about it because, my God, give me it.
Big fan.
Give me it. Give me Penta Braun at Mania. I don't
Was it
care.
last week?
I would rather have that than Sheamus, even though the story is cool with Sheamus. I think I'd rather see Penta win the title at Mania.
Was it last week? Did we say this on record or not? I can't remember. You asked if we see Penta winning a singles title at some point in this year while we wait for
yes.
Phoenix.
Well, the question I think was from you, and it was a world title, and we both said no, but a singles title, yes.
A singles title, yes.
Oh no, it was
might.
me. It was me.
Yeah.
I said a title, and y'all said no, and I said, well, a singles, or no, I said
I can't
Either way.
remember.
a title,
Either way.
something like that. Doesn't
My
matter.
thing is, I'm pretty sure I said yes because this is what I've been hoping for since Penta got here. Was for him, probably the Intercontinental Championship makes sense because he's on Raw, but as much as people want Sheamus to like get his last title, to get the Grand Slam, and get his Mania moment, y'all, do you understand how fucking nutty Penta and Braun Breaker are? What magic, like just explosions and bullshit everywhere. They are going to be flying at each other from every corner of the ring for fun. If you give them 15 minutes at WrestleMania, you are getting a match of the year contender, and let Penta win.
Agreed. Or fuck it, I wouldn't be mad if they made it a triple threat.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
of us would be. I think
That sounds like
Emil.
that move.
Oh, okay. Word. I was gonna say. I
There
feel
you
like you
go.
of all people probably would have hated it because I know you prefer your one-on-ones, and that's fair.
Not
That's
for that.
No, but Sheamus has proven though that he does well in high pressure situations in triple threat
Triple
with like
threat
in
particular, triple threats in
Triple threats
particular,
are
right?
kind of his bag.
Yeah, they're kind of his thing. So, but yeah,
He just likes to fight.
Exactly. But give me Penta and Breaker at Mania. Just do
yeah,
it.
dude.
Don't rush this. Do not rush this, please, WWE. Please don't.
But Penta did declare for the Royal Rumble as well, so Penta will be in the Royal Rumble
Which would be
this
nice.
Saturday.
He did.
Probably taking the Kofi spot, isn't he?
Speaking of the Rumble, let's talk about the Messi.
Oh, like the
Mess-
beginning and end of the show?
Like the Messi. So the entire main event scene right now is all up in
Messy.
each other's grills, and
Yep.
they're messy. They're all messy kings.
So we opened the
No,
show.
just let it sit there for a second. So we open the show.
I just
So we open the show with who? Go ahead. You can say the names.
No, I'm gonna let you. Go ahead.
So
He
we start
doesn't
with
know.
Seth.
He doesn't. I'm just kidding.
So
He
we
had to
open
think about it.
So we open the show with Seth.
He's right.
And,
It was Seth.
and then Seth comes out and goes through the motions, and then Gunther comes out, and this is where things start to kind of get a little interesting. Now I actually don't remember what was said.
Okay, so Gunther's basically like, Seth. People don't think about you when they think of the World Heavyweight Championship. Now they think about me, the Ring General, and then he's kicking people's ass. And then people were doing the Yeet chant, I think, or something like that, or he was talking about Jay, and he was like, and now he was like, I don't know, he said something like I beat his ass, and I was like, that is the Gunther I want. That was great. So that was cool. Gunther's basically just swinging his dick around. Seth's like, I'm coming for the title. And Gunther's like, fine, you win the Rumble and then challenge me and I'll show you that is the wrong move. I will beat you. And then, Logan Paul returns to Monday Night Raw.
I popped.
I
popped.
As a
I'm a fan of
wrestling-
Logan Paul.
As a wrestling character, I'm intrigued. As a human being, I'm not. And that's totally okay. So I'm definitely not mad, but I'm definitely not like jumping for joy. Anyway, Logan comes out and he's like, I'm in the Royal Rumble. He's booed out the building. He's getting Dom levels of heat. It's great. He barely can get a sentence out. He also declares for the Rumble as expected. And he says that he could challenge Cody again, or he could challenge Gunther. And then Gunther, with the line of the fucking century, just calls the audible and goes, you know what, Seth? I changed my mind. I want you to win the Royal Rumble so I can embarrass you in the center of this ring. And again, Gunther fucking shined in this promo for the first time in months. This felt like the Gunther we had pre-Crown Jewel. And this is the Gunther we wanted to be the World Heavyweight Champion for months.
Seth Rollins laughing through Logan Paul is also something that needs to be noted. This was hilarious. Seth's sitting there like, what is happening right now? What? And like, you can see all of his facial expressions laughing at Logan Paul, having to play ahead of the crowd with the obnoxious amounts of boos, with their whats, which we still can't get rid of.
Can that chant fucking die? It's so bad. All it does is distract.
Logan
So
Paul
long
played
as the woo
the
lives,
what
the
chants
what will
really
live.
well though. He led them all the way up to the highest what and changed the entire cadence of the promo on the next line, where it's like that should have been the stinger, and then he went, but actually we're going to talk about this, and it changed the whole cadence, and the whole crowd went dead quiet, and then they listened. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, he really did work that crowd very well. I will give him that.
Logan Paul, the more he appears, is proving how smart he is in the pro wrestling business, right? Because we know he's athletically great, right? But as far as talking goes, yeah, we know he's a loudmouth. That's fine, right? He can cut a good promo here and there. But this was good in the sense that he knows how to pull the strings of the crowd, and he knows, like, he fully understands the way everything's moving and knows how to shut that down on a dime. So I'm very excited to see more of that, as much as I'm not excited to see Logan Paul appear. But, you know, hell, if he wants to fight Gunther, do it. I want to see him get killed. It'd be fun.
I like the character of Logan Paul, and it's
The character of Logan Paul.
This is all working for me on
The
television.
idea of Logan,
on television, this is working for me.
The idea of Gunther being this in-ring purist. The mat is sacred. The wrestling business is his life. Wrestling is an art form, and Gunther's here to save it and preserve it and keep it in high prestige. Whereas Logan Paul is like, fuck it, I just like wrestling, and I'm pretty damn good at it, and I came from YouTube. That's hilarious.
What's also funny, again, talking like as we go into the Rumble, is like, again, this is a believable thing. Like, we're all kind of bracing ourselves, waiting for how they're gonna handle the inevitable. Because there's different directions they could go. They could give him Money in the Bank. That's easy. They could just put him in a match and have him win. That's easy. They could make him win a Royal Rumble, which is a lot. You know, there's all these different options, and we're all kind of bracing ourselves because we see how good he's getting. So we're like, all right, I guess. I don't love it, but I can accept it. And so we're here. So again, this is another version of a Royal Rumble winner that is plausible. Is it going to happen? No. This is like this is, you know, probably even less likely than the Sami Zayn scenario of happening. But is it just as believable as the Sami Zayn scenario happening? Absolutely. And that's so crazy.
Big fan of that. Big fan of that for sure. On the other side of the coin, we closed the show first off with a clusterfuck of storytelling. So Sami Zayn faces Drew McIntyre in the main event.
There's a bit much going on here.
Yeah, Drew gets the win again, which is really like, why the fuck do they keep pairing them up if they're not going to give Sami the win? And they even said like Sami's going for his win.
He is now 11-0. Drew is 11-0 against
Drew is
Sami,
11-0 against Sami,
which is really
Insane.
hilarious.
Wild.
We're also going to acknowledge that Drew cheated to get the W, so there's
True.
that going on in that little story.
Yep. And then also after the matchup, Drew's going back to get more beating on Sami. Cody comes out to make the save. And then Drew and Cody are going back and forth, which is pretty interesting. And we saw Drew earlier in the night also talk with Paul Heyman as well, which is also interesting. So Drew is just kind of everywhere. But Drew and Cody, they're fighting back and forth. And then Sami gets up and he goes to hit Drew with the haluva. Drew gets out of the way at just the right time. And he hits Cody. This is the second time he's hit a babyface inadvertently. Babyface, because Seth is kind of morally gray, with the haluva kick.
So is Cody.
We'll get there, but Seth's been more morally gray. He's literally played the heel role in a feud. But also, let me clarify. Sami hit his friend for the second time.
He kicked him in the face.
Yes.
He kicked him. the fuck
And,
off.
it's the whole like, oh no, what did I do? Kevin Owens also came out at some point to, beat on Cody as well. So then it's Cody laying in the corner because of Sammy, and Kevin walks up behind Sammy and goes, pats him on the back, hey, thanks, bud. And then he gets out of the ring. And there's a moment of like, whoa, could that have been deliberate? No, the answer is no. But there is still people that are speculating that it could have been deliberate. Yeah, and then commercial break, which is very awkwardly timed. We come back. It felt like that was the end of Raw. We come back. It's not the end of Raw, and Cody's laying in the corner, and he's like, I got a great view, don't I? Home in Atlanta. And yeah, so did I get it? Did I nail it? Did I nail it?
What was he trying to do? There was a reference here, clearly.
There was a reference somewhere. Did you?
I didn't know there was. I didn't know if that was a reference.
I zoned out for a second. Did you acknowledge the fact that the camera shot of Cody in the corner after he got kicked is just laying there, and Kevin kind of looks over at Sammy. Sammy kind of looks over at Kevin, and Kevin like pats Sammy in the chest. And he's like, "Good job," and just walks away.
Mm-hmm.
There are fireworks in my neighborhood. Here.
Oh. Anyway,
so the Cody gets up. He kind of cuts this weird groggy promo
where he's like, I'm tired of getting beat up, and I'm tired of Kevin Owens, and I'm tired of... I don't know. Why does Cody talk like that? That's one thing I've noticed. Cody talks like Cody drawls, dude.
Literally.
You understand who his dad is, right? Who had like the greatest drawl in wrestling.
I mean, he's,
but it's a different
he's imitating.
It is a different
He's imitating the southern drawl of like politician pastor.
Yeah.
There's a little, which is also not something Dusty is unknown for. That's something he kind of has as well. That weird pastor vibe that kind of
it's preaching to the people, right? Dusty was the common man. Cody is the son of the common man preacher, right?
And then we hear the static, and this is fun because once again, Messy meets Messy. AEW's two biggest draws are once again selling out arenas for WWE.
Hilarious.
Tony Khan is somewhere
punching
ruining
a wall.
the creative.
Punching
the
a
other
wall.
No, he's not even punching a wall. He's like, I got this. Heavy breathing.
Once again, send them to Stampede. So, for reference, this is when I like tell teams to go to Pittsburgh or whatever. Like, this is where I say we need to send the Sixers to Pittsburgh. That's where we're at with that.
Damn.
No, but for real though, Cody and Punk are now in the ring, and these two have a wonderful promo.
Yeah, I'll recap it a little bit, I guess.
Thank you.
Basically, Punk is like, listen, Cody, like, I see what's going on here. You're getting up there in terms of your reign here, the length of your reign. See, I held the championship that you're holding right there for 434 days, and around 300 days, which conveniently, Cody's hitting 300 days on Saturday at the Royal Rumble. When I hit around 300 days, I started becoming someone I didn't like, that I didn't like to be, that I shouldn't have been. Basically referencing his heel turn, the sideburns era of CM Punk, if you will. And basically saying, Cody, you're heading down a dark path. Like, rein it in here a little bit. This isn't you. This isn't you. And Cody's like, what are you talking about? This is me. Why are you up in my business? Kind of a little bit of that. And then Punk's just like, and Cody's kind of like, listen, everyone's stabbing me in the back. I have no friends. Are you my friend? And he's starting now to even question if Punk is Cody's friend. And Punk's like, yeah, I absolutely am your friend. Because friends don't stab you in the back. But I'm going to win the Royal Rumble, and I'm going to stab you in the front. And said, I'm coming for you. Which is a big red herring. Red herring.
It is a bar.
It is a bar, but it's a big red herring because I think it's more likely that it's the exact opposite of what we just talked about. This is different from my predictions for later. I think that this is a scenario that could be the case, but I personally don't see Cody and Punk being a match, and I personally don't see Seth and Gunther being a match. I see more likely Punk and Gunther and Seth and Cody. I think it's a red herring. Why would they tell this story right now in January if this is the story they're going to go with before the Royal Rumble? Right? The
Why
Royal Rumble should be unpredictable. The Royal Rumble should be unpredictable.
It
So
doesn't have to be.
it doesn't. You're right. That's a good point. But
And I think when you give the moneymaker, I mean, there's plenty of the moneymakers right now. That's about it. So really, they could have put anything in this slot, and they could have said those exact words with any two of the champion challenger versions, and we would have believed it. That's the point.
I just think like I feel that. I think one thing though, one thing to consider is like you're doing this right now, but here's the thing. Last year, yes, supposedly the plan was very different from what they were gonna do. They were gonna do Seth and Cody. Even though after Cody won the Rumble last year, he did the very predictable thing. First off, he won the Rumble. That was predictable in and of itself. And then he did the even more predictable thing, getting up on the rope, pointing at Roman and being like, I'm coming for you. And then he did. I don't think they would do 2 years in a row where they call the shot, win the damn thing, and do exactly what they said they were going to do. I think it's been way too car crash booking to do the most predictable thing possible. I think that's the point. I think they're going to go chaos. I honestly don't think any of these people are going to win. And I'll talk about that more later, but I don't think any of these people are going to win the Rumble.
So I
mean, we could start there as we enter into that Royal Rumble predictions.
Let's finish that up and then we'll get to it.
I've gathered at this point that all logic needs to be thrown out the window between now and Saturday. Because, logically speaking, there's a lot of guys that could win, and we kind of all have an idea of what they could do at Mania. We need to, crumble that into a ball, just throw that away. Because it might be a red herring, right? The idea of Seth and Cody being a thing. Yeah, no one would have thought of that, despite all the history those two have had in the last 2 years, ever since Cody got back, right? So, makes sense. The idea of Gunther and whoever, yeah. I think everyone is... What's the word I'm looking for? Too fixated. Everyone's fixated on the whole Cena number 17 thing. Because everyone thinks not everyone, but the logical answer is Cena wins the Rumble and we get Cena Cody or we get Cena Gunther, whatever it might be. If Punk wins the Rumble, what do we get? Do we get Punk Gunther? Do we get Punk Cody? And Punk coming out and do this promo, everyone's going, okay, now we're getting somewhere. But a lot... The WWE, especially in this era, like in the Triple H booking era, he likes to have fun. We could have something major change between Saturday and Mania. So let's not worry about that. Instead, let's just get ready for Saturday. Because, again, anything could happen at this point, right? Maybe it is a red herring. Maybe we don't get Punk Cody. Maybe we do at Mania. Maybe we do, right? But I think right now, expect nothing, right? Expect nothing. Let's not worry too much as fans about these like dream matchups we all have. Because there's so many good potential dream matchups we have for the main event spot. Depends on how you consider what a main event is, right? Especially on a 2-night Mania. Night 1 main event, night 2 main event. There's only those 2 spots. And there's like 8 guys. So let's just push that to the side. Besides that, though, incredible promo from Punk. Yeah.
Cody too. Cody too.
No, Cody had a great promo.
There were people saying that Punk carried that promo, apparently. I didn't see that, but that's stupid.
I didn't see that.
No,
that's stupid.
Pretty evened out, I think.
I thought Cody did great in that promo.
Yeah.
Also, tracksuit Cody. And at Saturday night's main event,
yes.
Emil, you didn't even notice. You didn't even mention it.
Tracksuit Cody.
No,
Tracksuit
black.
Oh no,
suit
black
Cody.
suit.
Cody.
Black suit Cody.
So,
and then I did mention it.
I
covered it because you were watching it.
But I
me.
want to get to this later if we're going to talk about Cody and his antics. So maybe we can get to that later.
Cody's been chilling in these tracksuits.
He has. I'm surprised they aren't selling them yet.
They look clean.
Yeah.
And
When
the
are we
American
getting-
Nightmare shoes.
Yeah. When are we getting also Punk rocking his UNC off blue Jordans? that he paid like
Those were
$2,000.
Yo,
or
yeah,
something.
$3,000 apparently, according to
Yeah.
No,
Twitter.
no, no. So the whole or he ordered or not order. He bought 3 pairs of shoes.
Okay.
That came out to $3,000.
Okay.
That pair
This-
alone was like $1,500
This is on
Nuts.
that interview where they buy shoes.
with Complex. Yeah.
Yeah, Complex. I was trying to figure out who
Complex
did it.
does
Yeah,
So.
I love those interviews.
Those are great. Yeah.
Interesting. But that's where we ended off Raw this week. We still have an episode of SmackDown, but we all know it's gonna probably just be filler
Ain't nothing
stories
gonna do
and
that.
yeah.
And nobody wants to get hurt.
But yeah, Damian Priest will probably declare for the Rumble. That's my guess. Since he's SmackDown's newest guy.
The only guy who will declare that is not believably winning that thing.
Jacob.
Penta.
Jacob hasn't declared yet.
Okay, and Penta, you're right. Penta is also
Penta,
very
Penta
not
did
winning
declare.
that.
Yeah,
No, well,
Braun.
yeah,
Braun probably will be in it, or he might be in it. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
on a complete side note, Omos is entering the country again.
Yes.
Just saying. Just
just in
saying.
time,
Yeah,
just in
just
time
in
to be
time.
the
Just
special
saying.
attraction again.
Just saying.
Well, I'll get there. Royal Rumble predictions.
Oh boy.
We have 4 matches on this card. We have a ton of bonus questions when it comes to the Royal Rumble matches themselves. But let's dive in. Let's start with the WWE Tag Team Championship match. We have a 2 out of 3 falls match between the champions DIY going up against the Motor City Machine Guns. Who wants to take it first?
Hold on. So this is for the wrestling's fan. These are for the rest. This is for the wrestling.
This is for the indie fans.
This is
For the
this is
NXT fans.
This is for the
Yeah.
people who just need 20 minutes of their time used to actually just wrestle.
Yeah.
If you care about anything else, you're not watching this.
No.
Which is fine, right? This will be a nice little cool down match, probably in between some rumbles and a ladder match. This will be a cool down match, which is fine for the rest of us who just care about some of the stories.
Oh, I was figuring this will be this is going to be the cool down after the Women's Rumble.
Yeah.
The Women's Rumble is going to open,
Women's
and
Rumble's
then they're
gonna
going to
open,
do
and then
the
they're gonna
tag
do
titles, and then the ladder match, and then the
Yeah, this is for all the indie nerds, for all the NXT fans, for all the people that enjoy good tag wrestling. 2 out of 3 falls. You have 2 of the best tag teams in the world. I have a dumb feeling they're gonna pull a DIY revival bit again, so that will be fun. Give me the guns.
the Guns.
Give me the guns winning the titles back.
Wow.
Because here's the thing, right? We're kicking off a new year. This is the first time the tag titles are being defended on a PLE since fucking Mania. Might as well.
Let that one sink in.
Well, I've been watching SmackDown and following the storyline pretty intently. That's not the story, in my opinion.
Nah.
In my opinion, the story long term is to turn Pretty Deadly face, and for them to take the titles off of DIY.
There's a lot of focus on Pretty Deadly. That is true.
So the story that's been going on there is that DIY have enlisted Pretty Deadly to help them out in their fight against the SmackDown Tag Division. And so they framed Los Garza for attacking, I think, Motor City Machine Guns at one point. Street Profits, I'm sorry. So that was a whole thing. And they've been doing dirty work for DIY, and they've been like, this past week there was some tension brewing where they were like, hey, like, we kind of need some help in this match against Motor City Machine Guns. Like, you gonna help? And DIY was like, nah, you got it, because that's what they are. They're dickheads. So I think it's gonna be. I think DIY is gonna win because Pretty Deadly is gonna help them get that last fall. And I think that it's going to be another Triple H long-term storyline of tension building between the two, and eventually it's going to boil over. Pretty Deadly's going to turn face, and they're going to take the titles off of DIY. So I think DIY is going to get the win there. Yeah? All right. The next match, we'll save the Royal Rumble matches for the end, but...
I like how Tim didn't even give an answer.
Oh, I thought he did. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. Because he talked, but he didn't give an answer.
I don't. Who's the champions right now?
The DIY. You're insane.
Yeah,
But,
they're winning.
I hope you guys appreciate my note for the next match. The WWE Championship being defended in a ladder match. Cody Rhodes defending his championship. Kevin Owens defending his championship. I put champion for both guys as a joke.
I see it now on the note for the Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, yeah. So, first off, people are saying that there's a potential for a new belt to be introduced. I don't believe that. I don't buy that. I don't think that's happening.
I doubt it.
Agreed.
But it's fun.
Sure, but
Yeah.
like,
The
do we
home-
need one?
I
No.
think it is too late for that. I think if they were going to give Cody an actual new belt, they would have done that mad long ago. They would not have introduced this wing title into
They
existence
would have done it
and into
post-Mania.
canon. And at this point now, it's going to be post-Mania if there is one. So none
It'd
of
be
that is
awkward
happening.
to
Next
do it.
question about this
Yeah.
match.
Next question is who wins, and I'll go first. Cody's winning. That's it. That's my answer. They're not changing their
It's
plan
Cody.
right now.
There's no shenanigans may happen, but shenanigans
it's
will not
Cody.
result in anything other than Cody,
No.
which sucks.
Sucks for Kevin. Hopefully they give
Yeah.
him a meaningful story for Mania, but I'm not too confident.
Maybe Kevin versus Gunther.
I'd be down.
No? Okay.
I'd be down.
Maybe.
I'd be
Maybe.
down.
There are
I don't
no
know how they
stakes
get
for
there,
this ladder
but-
match.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how you get there, but
I mean, I'm excited for the match. The story's been great, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see how Cody wins because there is a
I'm-
potential that Cody goes to a darker place to get that win.
We're edging towards Cody Lander.
I want to get to this. Oh, do we want to get this now? So
If you think it pertains to Rumble, we might want to do it at Rumble, but
I mean, so I have this theory with Cody that we're getting the slow burn of a turn, and I mean a slow burn like it's gonna be a while. But I've noticed that every time Cody has defended the title and gone against an opponent that is a very well known, B, like a quote unquote legend in the business, Cody will wear the black suit at some point, cutting a promo against that person. The follow-up is that Cody ends up winning a match against that person using some dirty tactic that everyone, shh, no, don't say anything, right? But Cody doesn't really acknowledge it after the fact. It happened with AJ, and I feel like it's going to happen again with Kevin, and we're going to start seeing this as a pattern with other big names that Cody goes against.
Dwayne didn't lose to Cody after a black suit
Dwayne
promo.
hasn't fought in a singles match against Cody yet.
Okay.
I'm talking about title defenses. I'm not talking about that.
I feel like there's some other dark suit that I'm missing, but I'll let it go.
No, that is the black suit. But yeah, that's my thinking right now is there's going to be Cody's going to do something insane in this match where he's like, I know it shouldn't, but I kind of have to. And people, like fans, will go, oh my god, Cody heel turn, and the next night on Raw, Cody's going to come out with the title and be like, I don't know what you're talking about, and just not acknowledge it.
oh, interesting. I wouldn't hate it. Again, I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah,
I personally don't think Cody's turning heel in
No,
full at
and
any
here-
point,
it-
but they will play it. They will play the gray area.
I
think.
want to clarify something that I had brought up in our group chat earlier.
Sure.
When I said slow burn, I don't mean the end of this year. I mean like a while, like a long time from
Okay.
now. Because
I apologize for assuming your take then.
no, yeah, it's like when you fucking grow a tree. I don't know who does that in their spare time, but people that do, right?
Oh, I just
It
watched
takes-
A Bug's Life. This hits so hard. Go ahead.
There you go. Right. It takes a very long time for that seed to sprout into a smaller and then actually sprout into a large tree, right? So same thing with the heel turn. The seeds are planted. They've been planted for a while. We just haven't really fully gotten the gist of where it's been planted. But we're starting to see it every time Cody gets the black suit out. Because then you're starting to see a more aggravated, more aggressive Cody. And like I said, we're going to start seeing this not more often, like every week, but when he starts facing guys that he feels are an actual threat to taking away the one thing he's wanted the most, the WWE title. We saw that with AJ. We've seen that with Kevin now. Earlier, I think today or yesterday in our group chat, I brought up how this needs to be the year that Cody takes on the gauntlet of all the main event guys in title defenses. Seth, Cena, Roman, Drew, Punk, whoever, fuck it, Gunther, right? Whoever else, right? That is where we're going to start seeing Cody get a little more, darker and darker and darker and darker and darker, but not too much, because everyone will say, okay, we're getting a more aggressive Cody Rhodes, but we're not getting full heel Cody yet, right? So that's my whole thing. This is why I keep calling it a slow burn. We're eventually getting there, but we're nowhere near it yet. So for now, Cody wins. He's probably going to crossroads Kevin off a ladder or something. Kevin's going to give him a pile driver off a ladder onto another ladder, the ladder in between the ladder spot. I truly see they're going to pull a Sammy Guevara type shit that Cody had with him before Cody left AEW. And Cody's going to retain, and someone will attack him. I don't know who. It might be Kevin.
I think he's just gonna win.
Yeah.
I think he's
That's
gonna win.
funny.
There may not even be shenanigans.
I don't think
that
there will be, to be honest.
This is a
Probably
huge
not.
blow off. These two have been doing this for the last kind of 6 months,
Few months, yeah.
2 months.
and
Oh.
we've kind of hit.
There might be shenanigans. I'm sorry to cut
we
off.
might
There
hit
might
our
be.
peak.
Oh, yeah.
There might be
I mean,
shenanigans.
Sami Zayn might be around.
No,
Besides Sammy, no. He's talking
there's
about,
someone else that's very
yeah.
important to the storyline that you're missing.
Yeah, his boy
He's,
Trick Williams.
he's not coming back
No.
yet.
Randy
You're
Orton
too early. You're
could
too
very well
early.
come back.
You're still too early.
How?
Randy is big chilling right now.
Would you rather, though? Okay, here's the thing.
That
Would
man
you
is on
rather
vacay.
Hold on.
He
If
found
Randy
Riddle.
were to- Yes. If Randy returns at the Rumble event, would you rather have him return for this, or would you rather have him return during the Rumble?
For this.
This.
Because he doesn't have to be 100% for this either.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't have to be 100%.
He
for the
doesn't even
Rumble.
have to-
I
he
really
doesn't
just
have
don't really
to-
want to see him.
That's true.
He doesn't even have to
do
get
anything.
physical for this. He
Yeah.
just has to show up.
I kind of would. I
That's
would
enough
kind
to
of like
spook
Randy.
KO.
I would kind of like Randy to be reintroduced in a way that's not this, but that's
I would
just
agree
me.
with you. I don't think it needs it, but I think that they could go in that
and,
direction.
And this is a day and age where Triple H can kind of just say, "Hey, this is your next challenger," and we can go on our way.
Speaking of that, there's a great way to do that. The Women's Royal Rumble match. I have a few bonus questions before we talk about the winner of the match. First, let's talk about some potential surprises. The more obvious ones, Jordan Grace. Fightful just released a report saying that she signed a multi-year deal with WWE to the surprise of no one. That would be the perfect place for her to show up as her main roster debut. There's a chance she goes to NXT. I think NXT is too bloated, and I think the main roster needs Jordan Grace right now. And I think that there's ready-made feuds with Nia Jax coming up with that. There's a couple other people, but I think Jordan versus Nia could be really cool. Two absolute hosses just going at it. I think that'd be sick. And you guys got any others? I have a list of them, so I don't want to just go off and list them because you guys might have some.
I mean, allegedly there's a Bella coming. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Michelle McCool.
Nikki Bella could very well be in there. I've had her on my list as well.
I won't. My personal belief is they're going to bring a lot of the NXT girls.
I'm also
not as a call-up thing,
thinking
but like
there
I have
will be a
Julia and
lot.
Stephanie Vaquera on
Yeah,
mine.
NXT girls.
Stephanie, Zarya, probably.
I actually think they may keep some of the Stephanie and the other Julia down. I actually think they may.
Julia I think's coming because I think
I think they may want to actually use some of their other people. They're some of the
That's
other
true. They
people
got a
who
lot,
are
to be fair.
who are
I
closer
have
to
a
that.
very sneaky suspicion that we might get a Masha Slamovich appearance
I have Masha on my
with
list as
the
well.
Knockouts title. Yeah.
Yep. They love to do that.
Yeah, they love to do that.
Um,
So probably
the-
getting Masha.
The reason I'd say Julia is only because Julia's kind of been tied up in the feud with Roxanne Bailey recently.
Yeah.
I think Roxanne's. I didn't even put her as a surprise. If you could, I don't consider her a surprise.
No.
I think she's main roster bound.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. If she's gonna feud with
She-
Bailey and
She's
Julia's been in
purgatory
there,
right now.
she is in purgatory, but she's on her
She's
way.
in that middle ground where they don't feel like putting her on NXT or on the main roster.
Well, she's
It's
finishing
very
up her
weird.
NXT stories, I think, before they find a
before
spot
they
for her.
find a spot, so. Any other surprises though? I'm trying to think
Becky.
because, like,
Is my last one. I think
maybe.
Becky could come back. I don't think she wins, and I don't think she does anything of note.
There's-
It might set up a Mania match, but honestly, I'm cool if she doesn't show up at Mania. I'm totally
There's
cool.
conversations of Becky. There's been conversations of Becky for a little bit now, so we're wondering where that's coming. I don't know. Like, so I'll be honest. I'm not pumped for this women's rumble at all.
That's crazy. That's
I'm-
crazy.
I-
I mean,
I-
I'm definitely more pumped
I
for the men's,
don't
but I think
think
the
there's
women's is
any-
always more unpredictable and more fun.
There's
The
nothing.
women's
There's
gimmick
nothing for me to
matches in
grab
general.
onto right now, right? Like I can't
Right.
grab on to Liv because Liv just fell off. I'm over. Like Naomi keeps losing. I can't grab on. Naomi's also in something else. Bianca's not winning.
Naomi's
Uh,
about to be revealed as the attacker of Jade Cargill. Just
I
saying.
think we're getting. I think
Bianca's
Jade comes
not
back
really.
at the
I don't
Rumble.
think Bianca's winning this. Bailey
Jade.
just won this,
I think Jade comes back at the Rumble.
Jade.
Yeah.
Jade's
but
the
she's not going to
surprise.
win either.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
So I and all the people that are left do not intrigue me to win this.
I got
I
you.
mean, that's
Char-
fine.
AKA Charlotte.
Charlotte. I understand. It's not that I'm not excited for the women's rumble. I am, because every major gimmick match they do is always a car crash. The Money in the Bank's a car
And
crash.
low-key,
the
like-
Elimination Chamber, and it ends up being like low-key the best match on the card.
Better than the men's version 90% of the time.
Because everyone likes chaos. In
I agree
professional
with
wrestling.
that, except for the
you know?
for the rumbles
Yeah.
usually.
So I don't don't know if I have
we think the women's last year was better than the men's last year. That's what
last year men's was better, I think.
No, the women's was better. The women's was absolutely better.
I don't remember enough of either of them.
I don't remember enough of either, but I remember the men's
let
being
that go.
Like a good
Jordan Grace and Naomi both showing up was insane. And you cannot tell me otherwise.
That was last year. I thought that was the year before that. For
the 2023 one was also very good. The Rumble match.
Agreed. It was.
But regardless of that point, the women's Rumble is going to be a very who could it actually be like with the men's, but the problem is with the men's Rumble, it's there's like 6 or 7 guys that could realistically win it. With the women's Rumble, it's like everyone outside of like the surprise appearances could win it. Right? So you're like, okay, who besides
I don't see a lot of predictability in this one. If Becky comes back, it may be Becky. If Charlotte comes back, when Charlotte comes back, it's going to be Charlotte.
Yeah, when Charlotte.
Everybody else is tied up and stuff. Nobody else is super intriguing to win that isn't already tied up in something. None of the TNA names are winning. None of the NXT names are winning. So,
personally,
gentlemen,
I have
this is a waste of my time.
Gentlemen, I hate to burst your bubble. Charlotte did already announce that she's going to be in the Rumble match.
She's winning.
I
thought that's what all the promos were for. I already knew that. Like, why?
Yeah. Anyway, I have a couple more questions.
Okay. Did he?
I hit a button and accidentally muted. It was like the hotkey. Okay. Most eliminations.
What hotkey?
There's a hotkey to mute on Riverside?
The enter button on the numpad, I think.
Are you serious?
Oh, I don't have that.
It might be try the regular enter button. That might work too.
Bruh.
I just discovered that too. We're all discovering it in this moment.
In real time on the pod.
I've seen the push to talk, but the push to talk is annoying.
Yeah.
But anyway, most eliminations, I'm going to go Jordan Grace.
Or Nia.
Or Nia. Or Charlotte. Or Jade.
Raquel. Or Jade. Or Charlotte.
Nah, it's not Raquel.
Raquel, if we want to bring back
Raquel.
If we can make Raquel good again.
Make Raquel good again. I love that you.
I gotta chill, bro, because I've been hitting a little too many on the line.
You've been too on the nose, bro. You gotta chill.
Y'all don't.
You still haven't cleared up.
This isn't me.
You also still haven't addressed last week's comments.
I'm not a Hulk Hogan sympathizer. Everybody needs to calm down. Nobody's tweeting me. It's fine. I deleted my Twitter.
We're not that popular.
But I'm not a Hogan sympathizer. But I don't care anymore. It is what it is.
Okay. So we said Jordan, Nia, maybe Charlotte, maybe Jade, Bianca potentially. Yeah, Bianca.
I'm saying Bianca.
Let's go Iron Woman. I'm gonna go Liv because of Raquel.
Sure.
Raquel, like,
I don't know.
Liv slides out of the ring. Raquel just beats people up. Come on, you got to go along with me on this, man. We can't just guess.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this slide through the bottom rope bullshit. We're not.
We're doing it with Liv. That's Liv's character, bro.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
You said Iron Woman?
Iron Woman, who's in the longest. And I said Liv because I think Raquel is the muscle in that.
We could do all that without having a slide under the bottom rope.
Oh, do I want to say this answer?
Yeah, we could.
Do I want to say it? Because Liv makes sense because of Diesel. I'm sorry, Raquel.
Raquel.
Raquel. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Is it crazy that I want to say, like, a Lyra Valkyria?
No, I would love that.
I would love that personally.
I thought I would also love Roxanne Perez. Roxanne is the Iron Woman. Would it kind of go crazy?
Would be insane.
Would kind of go crazy.
Yeah. Liv makes the most sense because of the giant hulking bodyguard. But there's also potentially an argument to be made for, okay, hear me out, Chelsea Green.
Down.
Because Piper just keeps
for the same reason as Liv, to be honest.
For the same reason, right?
She's got her Secret Service.
Yeah, exactly. And supposedly another muscle coming in that they hinted to on SmackDown.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, she said she was gonna get somebody else.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's gonna be a story where she like recruits people and like she tries to recruit Jordan Grace and that sets up a match. I could see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
So
but this we're still acquiesced that this match is Charlotte. Yes.
Yeah, my final four. Final four right now. So I have a couple of. I was gonna say if we could do a final four guess and then say your winner. My final four is Becky, Nia, Io, and Charlotte.
Yup.
and Charlotte wins.
Yup.
And we get Charlotte versus Tiffany.
Oh,
Charlotte.
because unfortunately, Tiffy may not walk out with that belt.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, that's so true. But I think that's the match.
Which is all just a
I
waste
wanna
of my
see it.
minutes.
I hate it.
I-
I
wait.
don't.
I don't.
I want to see.
I don't. Because
I'm intrigued.
I know what they're gonna do, and they're gonna hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't think so.
If they had Tiffany
Imagine-
win that,
Imagine
Battle
they
of the moonsaults. I get it.
hold
Yeah.
up though. Imagine they had this whole thing building where Charlotte's like basically cutting promos on video packages, like, "Hey, I'm the fucking best in the world. No one can touch me in that ring." She wins the Rumble, sets up the match with Tiffany, and Tiffany beats her, and she spirals. That's something we haven't seen from Charlotte before.
that'd be great.
I'd be down
Yeah, but
for
we're
it.
not doing all that.
We could. There's time.
Yeah, unpredictability, bro.
My final four is going to be Charlotte, Io.
Triple H like spiraling winners, not
Triple H is not in my
spiraling
final
losers.
four of the women's rumble. Thank you, Tim. Charlotte, Io. I'm going to say Nia and no. Yeah.
Bro's about to
Charlotte-
just think really hard and copy mine.
No, Charlotte, Io, Lyra. Do I want to say Lyra? Yes, I do. Charlotte, Io, Lyra, and you know what? Fuck it, Liv.
I was gonna say Liv, but then I was like, Nia though.
I know, but I think they might pull the whole thing where Liv manages to make it to the end, thanks to recusal. But you know, odds are against her at that point. And my winner is Io. I don't give no shits about no fucking Charlotte
Bro,
Flair promos. Goddamn.
I'm
I'm sticking to my beliefs.
I was Io up until
for you.
Charlotte came back, bruh. I
Fuck
really
that,
was.
Fuck
Bailey-
that.
Io, Charlotte, and I would say Lyra if there's no Becky.
Yeah.
So you know,
Interesting.
No.
and it's still Charlotte,
Okay.
which sucks.
I'm
man.
sticking to my belief.
I'm-
I don't give them-
oh,
I'm okay
I
with
know,
it.
I know the promos came and everyone's like, "Oh, Charlotte's back." I'm like, I don't give no fucks.
I'm excited.
I want y'all to realize how
baby.
I couldn't remember that those Charlotte promos had happened until just now. So that was all in
Yeah.
real time, me realizing how this is gonna go down.
It was also
Listen.
on SmackDown.
I got to give
No
it to
one watched
WWE because they waited until we've needed Charlotte to come back this time. They really did, because I don't want to see Tiffany versus anybody else on SmackDown for that
I
title.
don't really want to see Charlotte either, though.
Speak for yourself, man. I honestly do. We don't have any other option.
We kind of
We have so many options. It's called
Yeah, but they're not.
NXT.
Not
We have
happening.
so many
Literally
options.
not happening.
Jada Parker could win this thing.
No, no,
Imagine.
not that transphobe. I'm good. Yep. Y'all see that?
Oh.
Y'all didn't see that, huh? She liked
No.
a transphobic post about banning women from men from women's sports, which is all just political jargon, not to be confused with medical jargon.
Anyway, we're not here to get political. We're here to get medical.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Yeah, get
just
medical.
saying, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the time is right to bring Charlotte back for this one, and I'm honestly cool with it. And honestly, even if she doesn't win the Rumble, I think she's definitely getting that match with Tiffany at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and then Tiffany wins.
Yes.
So the boys.
The boys. All
The
right.
boys, yeah.
Let's go surprises first, because I got some good ones. I think I got some good ones.
Hendry's not a surprise.
No, we don't count Joe Hendry as a surprise at this point.
I mean, he's on my list, but
Yeah, but everyone kind of
Okay,
figures.
I got one, though.
Okay.
Aleister Black,
When is his contract up?
already
I
up.
just-
He's already gone.
Is it already up? Okay.
He's already
I had
gone.
this conversation with
I believe.
friends of the show, Phil and Luke, earlier today, but we know he's like done with AEW, right? No one's actually sure about when his contract, like when the no compete clause, if there is one, is up, because he wasn't fired. His contract is up. So if it's up already, yes. If it's up on February 1st, yes. We'll see. That'd be a good little surprise though.
Supposedly, it's up according to Raj Giri, as far as I understand it, unless I'm misreading, and I could be. So I'm not saying it with 100% certainty before anyone tries to
Okay.
come at me. But there also was no confirmation of whether or not there's a no compete clause after the fact either. So it could be expired, and he could just be barred from moving anywhere else. You know, if that makes sense. Like, he can't compete for any new companies while he for the first
Yeah,
whatever,
well, not-
however so many days. But usually that's for a release, not for an expiration of contract, as far as I recall.
That's true.
I mean, him coming in is kind of just the Andrade of this year.
Right.
Put him at
Yeah.
number 4, get
That's
that
exactly
nice,
what it is.
Yeah.
get that cute little pop, and then
And
kind of
then
just
bye bye
wrestle.
mid card with you.
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
wrestle.
wrestle and be
And
fucking
then
good.
wrestle, yeah.
and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I have a prediction
Andrade
for
doesn't seem mad.
I have a prediction for 1 and 2. I think this Friday on SmackDown, somehow, because the story going on with Carmelo Hayes is that he's been having a string of bad luck, right? He tries to talk tough, and they put him against Braun Strowman. He tries to talk tough. They put him against Damian Priest. He tries to talk tough. He's going up against Jimmy Uso this week. I think at some point he's going to find out that he is number one in the Royal Rumble. And he's like, fuck, I can't catch a break. He comes out number one. He's ready to go. He's like, I'm going to beat up whoever it is. Whoop that. Trick is number two. Trick Williams is number two in the Royal Rumble. I think Trick is a surprise entrant there. We get Trick and Mello 1 and 2. I think we could also get Ethan Page if they want more than one NXT name. I think it's probably unlikely because if Trick is probably the NXT guy. But my boy, my twin, Ethan Page, I would love to see him in the Rumble. Omos, we already talked about.
Omos, he's back. He relinquished his
Rise up, Homo
championship.
sapiens. Yes. And he gave it to Yoshitatsu, of all people.
Love that.
Or Daga,
Love
I think
that.
his name is over there now.
No.
But here's one that's a little out of left field. I kind of wanted to throw some curveballs in there and kind of go wild a little bit. Ricky Starks.
No.
Ricky Starks.
Nope.
His
Mm.
I don't
Is
know
that
if it's
possible?
happening. I have no idea. I just think if it is and the
'Cause that's
stars
a
align,
good-
if
no,
he
that's
can
a-
do it,
that's a
that's a
good one.
great surprise
But
for them to
I
do.
don't. No one actually knows what the situation is right now with this contract. So
And that's why I'm predicting it, because I'm
'Cause,
predicting
no.
that it is up.
it's quiet in Guantanamo Bay. So
Bruh.
I'm still gonna keep going.
On the Ricky Starks front at least.
Yes, on the Ricky
Yeah.
Starks front. Everything else, no. Okay.
Anyone else got some other surprises?
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
Oh,
oh,
Yusuf's got one. What you got,
I've
bro?
actually got one. So, have y'all have heard of the news that AJ's coming? AJ's
Oh, I have
supposedly
heard
cleared
this.
for the Rumble.
There is.
So we
There
may
is.
be
I have
getting
heard
a
this.
return to our nominal one.
There are talks of AJ. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
there are talks of
Randy is
AJ,
a
but that's not my
conversation.
surprise. That's
Cool.
not my surprise. My
Sure.
surprise actually has to do with a name that you mentioned earlier, because you brought up Ethan Page, and that would be great. However,
Oh.
I'll do you one better. Josh Alexander,
Yeah.
baby. He's done with TNA.
I could see it. I could see it for NXT though as a surprise more so.
so,
But
I would-
that's a good one.
Yeah, so like earlier I was talking with friends of the show, somebody's mine from here, and we were talking about how 15 names so far have been confirmed for the Rumble, with another, they're probably going to bring up another 5 in the next like 3 to 4 days before Saturday. So by SmackDown, another 5 people are going to be like, I'm declared, blah, 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 right? And then we have 10 spots for whatever the fuck we want, right? So like I was telling them, I'm expecting a minimum 2 to 3 TNA guys, not 1, 2 to 3. Right, I think Josh Alexander is going to be one. Of course, we all know who the other one's going to be, and then the third, who knows, right? NXT guys as well. Trick would be a great one. We can't really do Oba unless we want to have him holding the NXT title with Joe Hendry holding the TNA World title in the same ring.
I'm into it.
I'm into it. I'm into
You
it.
sold me.
Right?
I'm into it.
Right?
That sold me.
Could fuck around and go Tony D'Angelo if you wanted
Fuck
to as
around
well.
and find
Do
out.
that too.
I know Emil loves Tony D'Angelo.
Not to mention, if you throw Trick
do.
in, he's got unfinished business with Joe Hendry when they team together. So they're kind of like, hey, we're friends. Not anymore, but you know.
Well, you mentioning Josh from actually makes me think more Nick Nemeth. That would be more fun.
Nick Nemeth
That would be the more.
would be crazy.
That would be fun.
It would be fun, but I think he kind of wants to be a little
I know,
separated
he
for a
wants
while.
I think he wants to
separate.
just be
I
But-
know,
Nick
even
Nemeth.
Again,
though he
that's not
just went
impossible.
somewhere
No.
to get away from all of it, just for them to make a deal with each other and go, fucking hell, man.
Yeah,
I can't get away from these people.
And Tom Phillips is still calling my matches. Leave me alone.
It's like you
Not
telling me
facts.
just not to go to AEW. Like, okay. The last one I have is Shot in the Dark, but it's been talked about for, everyone talks about it whenever they can, is Matt Cardona.
Down. So down. So fucking
I
down.
fully believe that if there was any time for Triple H to call him and be like, hey, do you want to just show up one night, call it a day, do that? He'll be like, all right, I'm down. Fuck it.
A one night only 2-hour contract would probably be the craziest thing Triple H has ever attempted to do.
Probably. Wow. And then he goes right back to GCW.
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think I had somebody else in mind, but I forgot now. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
I never think about the surprises anymore because at this point now, like,
Anything can really
there's-
happen.
Mhm.
one, anything can happen. Two, it's so weird because now I guess we've got to guess like the PG stars that could pull up.
Like the
know,
PG
dude.
era stars? Like what do you mean the PG stars? What do you mean?
Like, well,
was
let's see.
talking about,
We're edging towards 30 years of the Attitude Era, right?
Okay, heard.
So, which I just thought about today. So,
Yeah.
all those people now are very much in their 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And the ones that aren't still doing something in pro wrestling aren't really in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't go much further back than that because all the people from the early 90s are now in their 60s and 70s. Can't go to the 80s at all because most of them are dead.
Most of them are old as hell.
That's kind of where we're at. So at this point now, surprises are of people who we don't want to see back in a ring again. Furthermore, there are more opportunities to bring in some people that are already affiliates of you who are currently wrestling, which can keep current wrestling hot instead of just relying on nostalgia, which is what I've noticed they've been doing probably since post-COVID.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I just don't really put hype into that kind of stock anymore, and they don't even really. And all the ones that are coming from like TNA and NXT, you kind of can tell who it's gonna be. I think, Nick Nemeth is a fair dark horse. Joe Hendry is obviously going to be there. Trick is a fair choice to pick for NXT. And that's just what it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's fucking boring, Emil.
I know, but like, sorry, they want me to care about today's products and today's stars.
Hey man, have a little fun with it. Just be like I'm having fun. I'm honestly having fun with these picks. I also went with Charlotte because I wanted to be different from. I didn't want to be the same pick if I didn't have to be. There's 30 people in the women's match. Like we can pick somebody else here, which is fine. We can. We don't have to.
Just be wrong.
I'm choosing to.
To be wrong. I like that for you.
It's fine.
I like that for you.
It's fine. I'm choosing to be wrong because it's fun. It's fun to speculate. It's fun to predict things. Most eliminations in the men's match. Do we all want to say it on 3?
Do we all have
1,
the same
2,
answer?
3. Jacob Fatu.
Fatu?
Yes, we did.
I wanted to say Roman so
Good
bad.
job, everyone. It's not happening.
For me, it's either,
Roman's coming in at like 30 probably. He's probably not. He's coming in late.
Shit.
He's coming in late
Jacob-
enough to where he's not eliminating many people.
For me, it's Jacob.
also-
If Braun Breaker's in the Rumble, I think
I could see it. I could see Braun.
it could be one of the two. If they have Jacob, do you think they'd have him break the record? No.
Yes. Maybe.
The
Depends.
record's what?
It's possible.
Over 13.
So he's got to come in early enough, and
He
it's
could.
got to be against people. There's got to be at least like 6 or 7 tomato cans, but we only have about 5 spots available for those.
Right.
So unless we're gonna have him eliminate half
Out
of
of
your
who's-
upper mid,
and the
Out of
problem-
who's announced.
So if we're gonna have him eliminate over half of your Rumble, which is essentially the number we're gonna have to
The
hit.
problem is there's.
I mean,
no
LA
offense.
Knight, Jey Uso. These are
throw
the
him
people
out.
These are the people that are confirmed that I think you could
Yeah.
throw out. LA
let's
Knight,
see.
Jey Uso,
Yeah.
2.
Rey Mysterio,
3,
Sami Zayn,
4.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
I don't see
5.
Sammy. I see Shinsuke.
That's fair.
for sure. Okay, so 4.
Penta,
No.
Chad Gable,
I could see that.
Chad
Carmelo
Gable,
Hayes.
yes. That's
So
like
he's at
6 or
about
7 people.
He's at about 7 or 8, depending on if you count Sami Zayn or not.
And the
Yeah.
total announced is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Like
7,
16.
8, 9,
There's
10, 11,
15 or
12,
16
13. Yeah,
people right
15.
now.
15.
Yeah.
There's
15 right
I as much as Jacob Fatu setting a record would be fun, I don't know if this is the year to do it.
I don't think it's the year either.
Yeah,
But the record is
that's
currently set, fun fact, by Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, Roman did break the record.
I believe. Oh wait, Braun
No,
might have
it's-
actually.
No, it's Braun.
Braun do
It's
it?
Braun
no,
Strowman.
It's not. I don't think. I don't. Well, depends on how you want to count it. Because I think Braun has the record because that was his greatest
The
Royal Rumble
greatest Royal
record
Rumble,
when they were
yeah.
50.
Yeah.
And
No,
Roman's was
let's
set in a
talk-
30-man
the-
match.
Somebody beat Romans though. I thought.
Who?
Somebody
I thought it
definitely
was.
beat
I thought it was Braun because it was in a match where there were more people involved because it was a 50-man Rumble.
There was definitely somebody that either beat or tied Roman in a 30-man.
Maybe. I
While
can't
we
remember.
do this,
Let's carry on.
we can.
What do
Oh,
we
we
have?
got it.
Brock Lesnar.
There we go. I was like,
Brock
somebody beat
has
it.
the record?
Yeah, 13
Yeah.
eliminations. But Jacob could tie it. I think
What
Jacob
year-
could tie it.
what
You're
year-
telling
was
me
this
you
22?
can't eliminate 6 out of 15 people that haven't been announced?
What year did
Speaking
Brock,
of Brock,
what, hold on,
2020.
Oh, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
When
that
Drew
makes
won.
sense. When Drew won,
Speaking
yeah.
of Brock, did anybody else? We're gonna go back to Raw for a second before we talk about these winners, because we talked Paul Heyman, but we didn't talk specifically
talk
about Paul
about
Heyman.
Yeah.
Can we talk about these very specific promos that we're listening to right now?
Yes.
The one behind the one in 29
21.
versus 1. I
Yeah,
love it.
and I was
love
like,
it.
Oh.
We were cooking.
Oh yeah.
We were cooking.
We were.
100%.
Paul Heyman was made like 3 Brock Lesnar jokes and 2 Streak jokes all at once.
Yep. Love it. What were we talking about? So most eliminations, I say
For
it's
really
gonna
no reason, I might add.
be- No, exactly. But that's the fun part. What's left? Final 4?
Oh, who'd you say for most eliminations? Sorry, you got cut off. I couldn't hear it.
Oh no, we also had Jacob.
We also
Okay, great.
Jacob.
Oh, Jacob. Okay,
No, we
sorry,
also
I
Jacob.
forgot. Okay, final 4 in prediction. I'll go first. My final 4: Punk, Rollins, Roman Reigns, and number 31.
God damn it.
It's The Rock, baby. Listen, let me get this
Hold
clip.
on.
No, let me get this clip real quick. Let me get this clip because I can't. It's honestly torn me apart. I can't think about.
You have to take that seriously, don't you?
I have to take that seriously.
It's
I
so
mean,
annoying.
well, no, it's not the scoop. It's not the scoop itself. It's the fact that is in line with the final boss character. And what's been happening recently is exactly what WWE wants you to do. They put Rock in a position to make you think, okay, he's not coming back. He's out of it. Because what happened last year? They didn't make it seem like he was coming back when they had Cody win the Rumble. And then what happened? He came back. They didn't want you to think Cody was going to challenge for the title. And what do? They had Cody challenge for the title. Everything around The Rock is meant to be distorted, cognitive dissonance, all of that stuff. They do it on purpose, you guys. This is happening. There's money on the table. There's way too much money on the table. And face it, Triple H is one of the best wrestling storytellers of our time. And honestly, there is no way he would leave quite arguably the biggest story he's told so far unfinished. There's way too much money on the table for Triple H to let it go, and more importantly, for a shareholder in The Rock to let it go. And Rock sees that money on the table. I've said it in a clip before. There is too much money on the table to not have Rock come back. So what is he doing? He's playing it off like he's like, oh, I'm just a big shareholder guy. I'm nice now. Cody and I were boys. We're good. We drink tequila together. Everything's great. Everything's grand. Nah, fuck you. Cody, I'm coming for you. I told you that since day one. How could you let your guard down like that?
Everybody shut up and enjoy the story we're going on. So if we're
Exactly.
not
Shut your mouth and enjoy the ride The Rock is taking you on.
Let's play with a few ideas for a minute. So let's play with the thought that option 31 is not available to us. Let's
Great.
assume that option 31 is not real.
Okay.
Let's assume that The Rock really does have something to do. That The Rock is really not going to be there. We have no money to give Rock whatever story.
We have no money to give Rock.
Whatever story we need to tell.
Okay, so can I get?
Wait.
Okay.
So to me, the only problem with that final 4 that you said is take out The Rock, because obviously we're not doing that, and we put in John Cena. That is the answer. It's John Cena. It's Cody Rhodes. It's John Cena. It's CM Punk. It's Seth Rollins. And it's
Roman.
Roman Reigns. This is the 4, right? After this, truly we can.
I was going to say Drew
direction.
instead of
Drew's getting fucked.
I was going to say Drew instead of Cena.
All 4 of them may look at Drew and go, "Hey, get a load of this guy."
Look
Yeah.
at that guy.
I mean,
Low-key,
I could see
but
Drew
it also
or
puts
Cena.
But it puts Seth having to kind of team with Roman Reigns and kind of team with CM Punk, which isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Whatever, I got it. But I do think Drew is probably in the number 5 or 6 argument, and right in there is probably Sami Zayn as well. So that will probably be your 6, and then of those 6, any combination of 4 will probably work and get you pretty close. After that, it's probably going to come down to Punk and Rollins. That's probably where we're really getting real.
I mean, it could. This is the thing. I'm not going to shoot down your thing because you're not wrong. Like any combination of these people is realistic. I personally think if Rock is not available, Drew is the 4th guy, because everyone's connected there, right? Rollins and Roman, they're ships passing in the night at every given circumstance. But Rollins has been talking a lot about, he literally just said it on Monday, and Roman, I'm dumping his ass over the rope too. That to me sets up foreshadowing for them to face off. But you have Rollins
Seth
and Punk.
might eliminate Roman.
Yeah, I think he could. And it'd make sense.
I mean,
Punk
Seth
and
always has
Rollins,
his number.
Punk and Rollins, obviously they've been beefing. Drew and Punk have been beefing. Rollins and Drew have been beefing. And Drew wants nothing more than to get his hands on Roman. Everybody in that Final Four with Drew involved in that all want to get their hands on each other. So
Everyone in that Rumble wants Roman.
yeah.
My Final Four revolves around the beef. I'm ignoring Dwayne because I like to do that. It makes me feel better. Boo you. If you didn't see, if you're listening to the audio of the podcast, Tyler just thumbs down me and
Boo.
No. Roman and Punk for sure. I think it's going to be after that. I think it's going to be either one of Drew or Seth, and then Sammy being number 4 in that. The reason I say that is because, again, everything intertwines, right? And I was talking to, again, friend of ours, Luke, was saying this earlier. I was telling him, everyone is obsessed with one of two things right now. Everyone is either obsessed with becoming world champ, or they're obsessed with Roman Reigns. Because they all want to be the guy that eliminates Roman Reigns from the Rumble and eliminates probably the biggest threat in the Rumble this year. So you could do that. You could also go the route of Roman, Punk, Seth, and honestly, I don't even want to put Cena in the Final Four. I'd rather a young guy. Like, I'd rather someone that
Punk, Rollins, and Reigns are not young guys. Just putting that.
No.
Neither is Drew, and neither.
No.
is Sammy.
No. I mean, have the fourth guy be a young guy. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Let me talk sometimes.
Who are we
But
letting?
that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know if Braun Breaker. Maybe Jacob. Maybe you put Jacob as the fourth. Right? So now Roman has 3 things to face. He has his honorary Uce. He's got the man he had to trust because of Heyman. And then he has, the guy he had to beat. Who is
So you're
his
telling
family.
me the Final Four of your Rumble prediction is the WWE 2K 2025 Bloodline Edition?
I don't remember CM Punk being on the goddamn Bloodline Edition cover.
I don't remember.
He teamed with OG Bloodline.
I don't remember
once.
him saying Tama Tonga was making it to the end.
Yeah, I didn't.
Nah,
say
because
Tonga-
Tonga Loa
I didn't-
is,
I
obviously.
didn't say Tonga Loa was winning the Rumble.
I'm just kidding.
Are they
I'm just
on the
kidding.
box? Did they make it?
They are.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
Solo's
good.
Bloodline and Roman's Bloodline.
Tonga Loa made a WWE cover before Xavier Woods won a singles title
And GTA 6.
and GTA 6.
Crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my. I think that's going to be my Final Four: is Jacob, Roman, Punk, and Sammy.
And the crazy thing is that it's so fucking stacked right now that
That could be anyone.
all of our stuff
anyone.
I could see happening, depending on what direction they want to take with it.
Speaking
I
of
was
which,
gonna say I started booking mine. I was like, all right, so
yeah,
so Seth throws out Roman for me, right? So then
Yeah.
it's Cena, Seth,
yeah.
and
It's like
Punk.
a puzzle.
Punk throws
Punk
out
throws out
Cena.
Cena.
Punk
Yep.
throws out Cena.
Yep. And then Punk.
And then
I say-
really we could do whatever we want after that.
Yeah.
We could go either direction. I would prefer Punk winning just because we haven't seen it.
My safe answer, if The
okay.
Rock is not involved, is Punk. I think Punk wins.
Oh yeah, I have to book this as if The Rock is real.
Yeah,
so
you
if
have to consider this
if
as
The Rock
being
is
as-
real, right? If we're going with option 31, then obviously we have went with option 31 as
The Rock theory. The Rock theory.
yeah, The Rock theory.
The final boss theory.
The final boss theory. I don't like it. It's
I'm
actually
rolling,
maybe
dude.
it might actually be my least favorite theory we've come up with.
Nah, it's not. It's honestly fire, and the only reason why it wouldn't be as fire is because other people have already started talking about it.
For those that are wondering, the third most important member of Kickout Club does not condone the Rock theory. I think it's ridiculous. I know it will probably happen, and I hate it. But God, I really don't want it to happen.
I really want to know how that's gonna go down.
I can't
right.
see them. I can't justify them leaving that door just open like that. I really can't.
I just don't know if that's the way to
Yeah,
do
I don't know if
it,
that's the way to do it.
man.
Because there's
So
probably
if
a
we're gonna-
bigger way to do it.
or just a way that keeps the integrity of the show. Triple H does enjoy integrity around here, so we don't actually have to blow up an event, such as the Royal Rumble, even though, there's only so many ways to throw somebody over a top rope.
Yep.
We got to keep some form of integrity, and one form of integrity is not going over the number 30.
Yeah. So
Triple H didn't do it, and we had to do kind of weird, not breaking integrity booking on that Rumble. That's also the same one AJ Styles debuted at, but that's besides the point.
So,
talking. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I no one. This again, but somehow Triple H always finds a way to save himself, because there are moments that we've said this could be the worst thing that he does, right? And this could be the thing that where the internet makes a vocal turn on him for the first time. I mean, it's gonna happen. Like we're kind of. Like, we're all kind of holding our breath waiting for the pin to drop, because we're going to have to, be like Trips, this wasn't it, eventually. And we're really going to have to be like Trips, this was not the move. And I wonder if option 31's the one.
We already saw that. Do you remember last year?
Like, for real, Trips, this isn't the move?
Do you remember? Yeah. Do you remember last year? Rocky sucks?
Well, yeah.
There is no way in any other situation that you could have gotten babyface Rock to get booed like that, unless Triple H fucked up that bad.
That's true.
And that was entirely the point. But still.
Well,
wow.
There are some alleged things going on during that time period. There was still a company shift at that time.
There was.
It's true.
So,
winner, I need to bring this up. So I fully have Punk winning at this point. I know people are obsessed with the whole Cena going for 17 thing. I don't think that's happening here. Let him do something else. It's fine. But I think this is where Punk gets the win. And I have how Punk is going to get the win.
Let's hear it.
So the final four, like I said, it's going to be Punk, Roman, Jacob, and Sammy. All right. So now that everyone's looking at each other like, all right, fuck, what do we do? Who do I go after? Sammy's like, well, I'm still friends, quote unquote, with Roman, right? Like, bloodline for life, just like these guys. They're not okay. And they'll start beating each other up. Jacob gets eliminated. Sammy ends up getting eliminated by Roman. It's down to Roman and Punk. Right? Roman and Punk have their fun in the ring. They do, yada, 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 yada. Roman goes for a Superman punch on Punk, while Punk is just up against the ropes. Punk realizes this. Roman goes for it, misses, topples over, but hangs on. Because Roman understands he's got to win this Rumble, right? And Punk is down. Punk's too tired. He can't get up to try and just yeet him off the ropes. But someone shows up. Another good old hooded figure, if you will. Because we love when those show up during a Roman-related match. This hooded figure shows up and stands just staring at Roman for a second, begins to hesitate a little bit. And then finally, grabs Roman's legs, pulls him down. And when Punk is celebrating and everything, right, he doesn't look confused because he knows who it is. And the mask is revealed to be Paul Heyman. That's the favor.
He fucking did it.
That's the favor.
God, I hope not. Holy shit, no.
Please.
I could see it. I could see it.
No, bro.
They've been talking about the favor conveniently. They brought it back up for the first time since War Games this week on Raw.
My heart, because now we have an option to talk about it. Before we didn't. I'm going with that version. I'm going with that version of the goalpost. Yes, I'm moving it.
Right.
That's moving the goalpost. I'm totally doing it.
Yeah, that's moving the goalpost.
There are many theories.
No, I'm not doing the Paul Heyman theory with you. We're not doing this.
All right, fine.
It's all about the Rock theory, baby.
No.
The final boss.
Because here's the thing. We've just gotten used to Paul Heyman being a babyface. We've just got used to Paul's loyalty being unwavering. And besides Punk, actually, wait, his loyalty never really wavers. Well,
no.
Okay. There's this weird thing with Brock that we kind of don't talk about.
Yeah,
other than that.
But people need to remember that no matter what, through everything that has happened over the years, despite Paul Heyman being the wise man of Roman Reigns and being by his side for everything and his everything so far in this run, Paul has also, ever since Punk came back, still been like, I'm still your guy. even during, I know people don't count the Hall of Fame ceremony and everything, right? But during that Hall of Fame ceremony, Paul talked a lot about Punk. Punk is still like a son to Paul Heyman, still a best friend to Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman still, after 10 years of Punk being gone and him fishing somewhere and not going to another wrestling company, Paul still had his loyalty to Punk after he came back, right? So I think it would hurt. It really would, because we don't want to see heel Paul Heyman all of a sudden. But that's the other question. The bigger question, besides what is the bullshit addendum of the WWE title match at the Rumble, is what actually is that favor? Because everyone's assuming it's getting the main event of WrestleMania or getting an automatic title match if Roman wins. So,
what did Rock hand Cody?
That too. Wasn't it a watch or something? Or like a signed picture?
The story is that it's the watch that Cody bought him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him and Roman and Seth as a present for the weekend of WrestleMania.
For Mania. Yeah.
In reality, it was a pink slip. No one knows why Cody's still working there.
Yeah.
Of course, in storyline, we don't know yet, but that is what it's rumored to be.
It was probably a signed picture of himself.
I hope not. I hope it's something else, because that has more value.
I wonder if it's an IOU. That's as good as cash.
I can't pick a winner for this, and I think Punk is the safe choice, though.
Punk is the
as
ideal
we've
choice,
kind of been saying. Punk's the safe choice.
Punk
Roman
would be fun.
Is
Punk
the
would
less
be fun.
safe choice.
Roman would be
Cena
the
is less-
grown choice, dude. Roman would be the grown choice. As much as I love Roman, that's a cop out.
I like the parallel that we're creating.
Yeah. Or
There's a lot of parallel.
the mirror image, you mean?
I think Roman
essentially.
Roman is the grown choice
like
this year. I think in a couple of years, if Roman gets a main event spot, we're not going to groan as much, because then we're going to figure out how we get to Roman Cody 3, because they're going to do the trilogy, right?
I just can't
But that's
not
later.
see
That's a later
Roman
thing.
like
I know.
anywhere out of that title picture. Like,
What if?
I don't want The Rock.
What if? Come
but
along
we've
with me
been
here.
already.
What if Rock does come out at 31 in
And
the
still
final
loses?
four? Yeah. What if Roman is like, you're coming for my spot for the
Yeah.
title that I'm
You're
coming
not.
back for? No. And Roman eliminates Rock. And then then Rock eliminates Roman later, like helps, I don't know, does some bullshit to get him out of the ring, and then we get Rock Roman non-title. Punk can still win. Rock can still come back, can still wrestle. It's just non-title against Roman. His goal was to get to Cody, like you said. However, Roman stood in his way.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Like, look at all the options, dude. There's so many different ways they can take this, bro.
Which means I would have to go watch this Cody Rock match that I don't want live.
That's not. What do you mean? It'd be Roman Rock if that scenario happened, not Cody Rock. What are you talking
I'm not
about?
going to Vegas. I'm going to fucking New York.
Oh, you think it's gonna happen
true.
at SummerSlam? It could. But I
Well,
also
don't
think
want
it could
at-
be a 42.
I also don't want it in New Orleans.
Well,
we don't know if
I'm
New
gonna
Orleans
be-
is hosting WrestleMania 42.
That's
That's the
the
rumor.
that's what we're saying.
Well, I will be enjoying the shenanigans, assuming they don't do it in Toronto. Which, why would they do it at Elimination Chamber? So
Yeah.
They will not put a WrestleMania in Toronto.
No, he's talking about a chamber, though. Like it could could happen.
I
at
would like a Mania back here. That would be nice.
Y'all need to wake up first. Canadian crowds, I should say. Not
What?
not
Oh,
Toronto, but what was it?
For what?
Was
Vancouver.
it Vancouver? Yeah, Vancouver was pretty sad. One of the crowds recently was pretty sad in Canada.
The last major crowd we had for a WWE show was Vancouver.
People,
So.
I didn't.
Yeah, Vancouver
really-
was sad.
I thought Vancouver
I didn't really
was-
hear
yeah.
that. I didn't
Vancouver
really
was
understand
quiet.
that. It was just
Vancouver's not as big. The problem with Canada
do y'all
is
want?
like,
not everybody's Puerto Rico.
well, that too. Not everyone's Puerto Rico or France. But the problem with Canada is if you're gonna do a major show here, you only have one of realistically two spots, maybe three if you count Montreal. You have Vancouver, you have Toronto, you have Montreal, right? A lot of wrestling fans are situated in those three cities, but there's also a lot of them in the provinces between us, like Calgary, where Stampede, right, Timmy? Where you want to say?
Indeed. You mean AEW?
Yes, where I mean AEW, exactly. So for them to try and go out for a show, it's a bit of a trek, and also trying to fly across the country domestically is expensive. Like, dude, it costs like $800 for me to go from here to Vancouver. Like,
Wow,
fuck
that's
that.
cheaper for me to go international.
I know, right? But yeah, I'd hope for a like this is just a sidebar, but I'd hope for a Mania in Toronto one day. I think we could handle it. So
We aren't getting shit again, so I got my one.
yeah, well,
They do not want to go back to Philly.
It's too cold and
It was
Too
cold. It was cold. They hated us on night one. They hated us at Raw. They hated us at SmackDown. They hated us at the Hall of Fame.
Listen, I
They
got a
did not
bone to
like
pick
us.
about night one. Night
They
one
did
was not that
They did not
quiet.
like us.
Night
They
one
did not
was-
like us.
Night one was not that quiet.
Except for the main event, they said we were pretty dead.
Yeah.
Which I could tend to agree with.
Yeah.
I mean,
it
It was cold, bro. It was 40 degrees.
I was fine.
the
I was
wind
wearing my
chill.
nice jacket.
It was like fucking 20 outside. It was April. Nobody was expecting it to be that cold, so nobody dressed appropriately. Then we all
Speak for
dressed appropriately
yourselves.
the next day.
right.
I wore 2 coats
I
and
sweated my ass off
gloves
the second day.
and earmuffs and a hat.
I
Like,
had
dude, I
hand-
was
The second day, I had hand warmers and shit. I was there. I was sweating the second day.
oof.
I mean, it was also like 70 degrees
else?
when it
Oh,
started
yeah.
too,
true.
which helped. All the morale helped. the
Yeah,
second
man.
day.
But
But Philly's not getting another one.
Philly's probably getting another major event soon, but not.
Philly ain't getting a goddamn thing.
Anywhere north of like Virginia is getting SummerSlams only, and
Yeah.
anywhere south of that or
Is
west,
getting
depending on, is
everything
getting
else.
WrestleManias. That's what I think.
SummerSlam at Citizens Bank would be fantastic.
SummerSlam's
We're right
happening at
here.
MetLife,
Yeah.
dog. I'm ready. I'm
It-
ready.
dude, Citizens Bank is across the street from Lincoln. Like
Yeah.
it's right there.
Wow.
You don't
Xfinity
even gotta
Live,
go.
bro.
Y'all don't gotta go nowhere. It's right
Xfinity
there.
Live, bro.
I'm kind of excited for the next Mania at SoFi.
You got a few years,
I know.
like 43.
Yeah,
I could see
probably.
40, 44, 45,
Yeah.
maybe 47.
SoFi would be nice again.
Saudi
Where do we
Arabia
think
would like a
50's
word.
going?
Saudi Arabia.
I think 50.
Saudi Arabia would be
Saudi Arabia
hilarious.
for 50.
Oh man, the amount of non-Americans.
WrestleMania. Saudi Arabia getting WrestleMania L would be so perfect. Yo, hold
would
up.
be good.
I think I just cooked. Hold up.
Oh no. That's going on the TikTok.
You bet your ass that's going on the TikTok, bro.
That's
That's
going
going
on
on the
TikTok.
Twitter. That's going on Twitter too.
Oh yeah,
That
that's
was-
whenever.
WrestleMania L. Oh man. Well, now 50 is not even fun.
I love
anymore.
Roman
No.
numerals, bro. I love Roman numerals.
It's all right, man. Speaking of Roman numerals, let's talk about the other big event that has Roman numerals, Super Bowl LIX, because go Birds! It is now the second time on this podcast that I get to go Birds all over the podcast.
I was really hoping the Bills would pull through, man. They had it, dude. Right, Yusuf?
I don't want to talk anything about football.
Wait, so
right now.
there is audio evidence of me saying this was the Lions Super Bowl to lose, right? Because I definitely
Yep.
said that on air.
This
just
was
making
on
sure.
air. I know.
Oh man,
Go
poor
Birds.
Lions.
Go
Fuck the
Birds.
Commanders. We love Jaden Daniels, though. We love Jaden
Daniels is a
Daniels.
stud. That kid
Holy
is going to be the future.
shit.
Woo, he's good.
Wow, Lamar Jackson
Yeah.
2.0.
Oh yeah, that kid's going to be a stud.
Bills
Josh Allen
folded
is
gloriously.
poor Josh Allen again.
I mean, he was winning at life. If you saw his engagement stat once he got engaged, he was
That's
like
true. Yeah, he was like
3-0 or something.
This man
Everybody
went
was-
on a tear after he got engaged. But no, at this point, I now have to cheer specifically
against
for Saquon Barkley.
Am I allowed to say the Kansas City Queefs? Am I allowed to say that?
Sure.
That's in there. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Doc,
We mark
I want-
explicit content.
there you go. I want the Eagles to end another. To
Wait,
ruin
hold
another
up. This man
dynasty.
really said, I'm sorry. This man really said, am I allowed to say, and then proceeded to say it. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
he did. Yes, he did.
Well, just edit it later if you want.
No, that's true.
You don't edit shit that I
Too much
ask for
work.
anyway.
I don't edit anything. I just fucking throw
No.
this up. Because
We
why?
are
'Cause-
raw and uncut.
Pause.
We're just slightly more professional than we used to be.
Well, yeah,
With the,
we're not-
well,
So,
Wow.
our best
Kids
in
anymore.
wrestling.
oh wow.
Yeah,
I was
it's our
gonna.
best
I
wrestling.
honestly was gonna ask that this week, but if y'all want to do it, we're doing it for this week.
Sure. Why not?
My best in wrestling is Cody Punk promo. That was good. It was good.
That whole Seth mess is Logan Paul chef's kiss. That was it. That was pro wrestling right there, baby.
It was pro wrestling. Mine's the Cody Punk promo, but close second is the return of Timeless Tony Storm, because someone has to watch AEW against their own will.
No, they don't.
Fuck all the body shamers, bro. Fuck all the body
Right?
shamers. Have
Yeah,
y'all seen
fuck.
that? People on
AFC
Twitter
is
posting a
fucking
picture
disgusting.
of Tony Storm like standing
Tony
there
looks
and talking
great.
about how ugly her body is. That's
No,
disgusting.
Tony looks great.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's kind of the
I
only
didn't see that.
good
what
feud,
are y'all doing?
like ideal feud right
That's
now.
the IWC for you.
AEW, yeah. So there's that.
Them's that people.
AEW's, yeah. AEW's just
We are the IWC.
The IWC has had a roller coaster of the last couple of weeks. I'm just saying, like, multiple like prominent names have been either outed as creeps or like completely discredited from any kind of reputability because of stirring up bullshit.
You know who's available for those spots though? Now that they're not
us.
Kickout Club Wrestling, baby.
us,
You can
and we're
find
not
us here.
creeps.
You
Yeah,
can find
if
us
you-
on YouTube
If
or
you wanted
Spotify.
to,
We're on TikTok.
With your consent, you may watch our video.
Yes.
with consent.
You have to send a strongly worded letter. That
However,
requires the
You have to
approval
let
of
us know
the
that
three
you
of us.
are allowed to watch.
allowed to
our
watch
videos.
this content.
You have to.
I'm
know.
dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead. Also, Big Daddy Mark stirred up a shit ton of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Big Daddy Mark.
Oh,
Time to play
the-
the game.
Yeah, him.
He stirred up a
Apparently
lot of
he
shit
had
because he was mad that I Show Speed got invited to, and Kai Cenat got invited to the Rumble,
but he didn't.
but he didn't.
And he's
Honestly,
like, I made you guys
understandable.
relevant again. Everyone's
But
like,
he was
"Yo, you
fully
wanna-
joking. He was literally just like trolling, trying
Yeah,
to
I
like.
think he was just
just trying to
trolling,
make something happen, and
Make
it just didn't
headlines.
happen. Yeah,
Yeah, WC baby.
he was just trying to make something happen. Listen,
Well, yeah, because
that's,
even
that's
like,
all their
even,
job.
Even big content creators went after him for that. They're like, bro,
Yeah.
calm down. I'm like, yo, this is a joke.
I know.
Like,
People coming after Sean Ross Sapp again. Ebo is officially discredited. Like he's
Ebo
Ebo's
stepped
done.
down from Fightful.
Yep, he's done because he
Like-
spread one false thing about Britt Baker apologizing to him, which she didn't.
Yeah.
Wild behavior going on in the
Oh,
IWC.
boy.
But
We'll take those spots though.
facts.
Yeah, gladly.
And the only way we can get them is if you support us, and you can do so by following Kickout Club Wrestling on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube, everywhere that you can find wrestling content. We're fucking there, dude. We're all over.
Listen to
Consensually.
the pod.
Consensually.
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 Yes.
Yes.
We will be expecting a strongly worded letter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. We hope you enjoy the Royal Rumble. We'll be back next week with where we go from there, because who the fuck knows?
By the way, the Royal Rumble's not on Netflix for anybody who doesn't know.
Not
It's
if
still on.
you're
It's
in
still on
fucking-
Peacock, Americans. It's still on Peacock.
Yeah, for the Americans, it is still on Peacock. For all of my fellow Canadians and everyone that isn't in that shithole of a country, it is on Netflix.
We still have Peacock.
I know.
We still have the cock.
Still got that cock.
Speaking of peacocks,
Oh shit!
go birds.
Go Birds.
I don't know if I like you saying "Go Birds."
Oh,
after
go Saquon.
talking about peacocks.
Go Saquon.
Go birds.
What a fucking lab experiment that guy is.
I know, right?